Welcome back. It's been almost 2 years since my last and also first OpenTTD tutorial. I decided to continue the series if I can say so. If you remember, in the last video I showed you at the end how to create a basic railroad transportation route. Well, today I'm gonna go more in depth with that. Let's say you just joined the server, hopefully near the start date, to have some chance against the competition, or you just play alone. Now, before we start, I have to say that there are mostly two kinds of people playing this game. Those who play it just for fun, who don't care if they aren't in the top of the competition, and those who aim for the top. Naturally, I'll try to teach you the tips and tricks to help you aim at the top. You'll decide your side later. Let me generate a new map. Alright. I'll pause the game. So, this isn't a written rule, but most of the players would start their first transportation route between a coal mine and a power station. Coal is the first most accessible and well-paid cargo in the game. Let me show you here. Cargo payment rates. Better paid cargo only includes goods, but for that you'd have to set up other less profitable transportation routes for other products such as grain, livestock, and wood, and so on, and valuables. But even though they're very well paid, they are rare and production values are very low, which makes it, in my opinion, even less profitable than transporting passengers, which are the less paid type of cargo. Well, you can't actually talk about passengers as cargo, but in this game I think we can. Okay, before you even start to construct something, don't just pick two random industries. Here's the trick to maximize your profits. Click this factory looking button and on the industry directory. Enlarge a bit this window. Click sort by descending, and then by production. And we'll have to find a coal mine with a good production value. Let me search. Here it is. I found about 4 mines with 176 tons of coal. I'll randomly click one of them, and it brings me right to it. Alright. So the next thing we have to do is find ourselves a power station. Although you can see there already are 2 power stations really close to it, it's not too profitable to transport the coal on such small distances. So we'll have to find ourselves a power station at a greater distance. And if it's hard to find one like this, you can click the map of the world and then on this factory looking button, and the power stations are colored in red. Our coal mine is here, and I think a good distance for a starting budget, because you can't go on very far distances, although in late gameplay you should try to do that. I think this one should do the job. Okay, so we're gonna start by making the stations. Click on this button, then on this, and for this distance and amount of coal produced, I think a platform length of 6 squares is enough, and 2 tracks wide. We're gonna place it here. Wait, it's in pause mode. Click here, and then we're gonna make one here. So let's say you joined server where your budget is severely limited and you can't borrow a lot of loans. Well, you can make, if you have enough money, you can make you can connect the 2 stations by using 2 tracks. But if you don't have enough money, you can connect it with 1 track and add these waiting tracks, so the train can pass faster, can go faster. But I think we have enough money and we can borrow enough money to make it double track. So as you can see, the trees are obstructing a bit our view, so here's a nifty trick. Click on this wrench tool on transparency options, and we're gonna make the trees disappear. See, it's easy. I'll fast forward through this part until I construct the tracks. As you can see, I'm not making any curve steep like this, 90 degrees. I make all of my curves like this, at 45 degrees. If you make a 90 degrees curve, your trains are going to be slowed, and you don't want that. Okay, so now we have to add the deportes. The signals. And now one track will be for the train coming towards the power station, and one track towards the coal mine. I'll choose this track towards the power station and this towards the coal mine. Now you don't have to click over and over again to make these signals. You'll just have to create one on a part of the track you can, and then click, hold and drag, and it will be automatically filled with signals at an interval specified by this number here. You can see this specifies that at every 4 squares a new signal will be created. And now we can create our trains. Always try to pick the trains that have the highest maximum reliability. In this case it's the Jinsway 4 steam train. We're going to buy some coal wagons, set its orders. We're gonna set to stay until it's fully loaded, so select full load all cargo. And as you can see, we don't have enough money to clone for a second train, so we're going to borrow more money. And now clone it and release them from the depot. So let's see what profits they'll make. $41,000. It's nice for a start. In the meantime, a new locomotive has appeared and the game asks us if we want exclusive use for a year. Yeah, why not? It's easy to renew all the old trains with new locomotives. Just click on this button, click on Manage List, then on Replace Vehicles, select your the type of locomotive you want to renew, and then from this list select the locomotive you want to be renewed with, and then click Start Replacing Vehicles. Now let's say sometime later in the game you want to connect another coal route to the same power station. I've already built the infrastructure from the other coal mine until the junction we're going to make right now. The fastest and easiest way is to just make a T-like junction. That means that we're simply connecting the lines, like so. But that's just lazy. For just one train passing through the intersection, all other possibly waiting trains will have to stop at a red signal. There's a simple workaround by using bridges, or tunnels if you like. Watch how I do it. In this intersection, while one train will leave one of the tracks, the other stays free and doesn't block the traffic. Of course, there are more complex ways of designing junctions for optimum traffic speed, but I won't cover it in this tutorial. We're almost done. We can buy the trains, set their orders and... But wait! What about the power station? It has only 2 tracks, but will have 4 trains. That means we'll have to deal with 2 inconveniences. Train traffic is slowed down, and even worse, trains can get blocked. We can get rid of the worst part by modifying some signals. Click the signal button, and you'll observe that we have many types of signals. The signal we currently use is a simple signal. If there's a train behind it, it will turn red. If not, it will let the train pass. The problem is that if 2 trains will be in the station, the signal at the entrance line will still be green, therefore letting a 3rd train enter, which will block all the traffic. We can correct this situation by making the entrance line signal an entry signal. Now, entry signals will only let trains enter if there's at least 1 green exit signal behind it. Why does it have to be an exit signal? Even I don't know for sure, but we'll have to make the 2 station signals exit signals. By the way, to modify it to a entry signal, you have to press the control key and then click. And then we'll select the exit type of signal, control, click. Well, you will have to click 2 times to make it an exit signal. Now, of course, it's easier to just enlarge the station by 2 more tracks. But what if we have yet another coal transport coming from elsewhere? We could totally add 2 more tracks to the station, right? Well, not really. This will slow down the traffic even more, possibly making the routes unprofitable. Instead, we'll make use of the other side of the station. That means the station will only let trains pass one way. In goes the train on the entry line, out goes the train on the exit line. It's a bit difficult to explain how I'm going to do this, so just watch. You can see that the traffic can be greatly increased now without significant problems. Well, that concludes the current tutorial. Have fun playing OpenTTD and goodbye!